Welcome to the Swac Zone, a show that's dedicated to the ins, the outs, the ups, and the downs of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. If it's good, we'll talk about it. If it's bad, we'll talk about it. If it's happening, we'll talk about it. The Swac Zone, only on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Let us join this week's episode.
Off the clock, 5.4 left to play in the ball game. Regulation. 64 Jackson State, 62 Southern. Southern, the length of the floor comes. Rebound the basketball, looks like Metcalf. Slaps it, looking, throws it. Now, up the floor. Keep going. Punting out. Keep going. Oh. On the runner. Oh! Is it a 3-point ball game? Yeah. Is it a 3-point ball game? Yeah. If it is, Southern to win the ball game. 65-64 over Jackson State. Wow, what a shot. What a shot. That's a 3-point shot.
Hey, it is another time and opportunity for us to partake in the Swac Zone. Welcome to today's episode. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and this episode is going to be about what a fantastic week it has been for the Swac basketball tournament. You heard the last-second buzzer that was created by the Southern Jags to beat the heavily favored Jackson State Tigers with the buzzer beater. It now has the table set for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff to take on the Southern Jags for the women's division of SWAC championship basketball. It also has it set up now on the men's side because the Grambling State Tigers were able to hold off the Jackson State Tigers in the remaining of the top tier in the case of Grambling State to lead the charge to championship Saturday against the Texas Southern Tigers. That's right. That number 8 seed Texas Southern Tigers knocked off the Alcorn State Braves to advance. Some would call that an upset, but if you understand the plight of the Tigers, they are the tough tournament Tigers, as it was referred to by the guru himself, Vance Pettaway, that they ought to name this SWAC tournament the Johnny Jones Invitational, because the Tigers find a way to consistently stay in the championship rounds when it comes to the Southwestern Athletic Conference championship game. So with that upset to start the journey for the Tigers to head for the championship, the Texas Southern Tigers then went straight ahead against the Alabama A&M Bulldogs, took care of business there to advance, and now you have the Texas Southern Tigers taking on the Grambling State Tigers in the men's division of the SWAC basketball tournament. And man, oh man, it has truly been exciting. Now, of course, my beloved Prairie View and the University Panthers, they failed, but, you know, they gave it all that they had. Southern was just overbearing for the Panthers on the women's side of things. And the Panthers on the men's side had their opportunities, but could not pull it through. But it is what it is. Panthers getting ready for the next season, just like the other 10 teams that are getting ready for the other season, or should I say the next season, in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. So you have this matchup, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff will be taking on none other than the Southern Jaguars in our first day's game coverage of Championship Saturday. You can listen to that game right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network with Lee Hall, Joshua Davis, and Coach Van Pettaway. Then at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, you're going to have the showdown on the men's side. The Grambling State Tigers and the Texas Southern Tigers. doing battle for the men. Somebody is headed to the dance, and who will it be? You can listen to it live right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network by visiting the website at obnradio.com. You can also dial in at 857-777-0000. We're going to take us a very quick pause in the action. And when we come back, we'll talk about the man with the plan who's in a new mode of operating. And that is none other than Coach Bubba McDowell. You're listening to the Swac Zone right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We'll pause and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the voice of student athletics, Prairie View, Texas.
And welcome back to the Swac Zone. I am your host, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. It is our mission to come to you each and every week with news and information about the Southwestern Athletic Conference. We went over the basketball tournament that is taking place in Birmingham, Alabama, as we got the championship game all set. Back from the baseball and softball diamonds, Prairie View A&M University Panthers softball opened up against the Southern Jags on the campus of Prairie View. Panthers able to defeat the Jags in game one by the final score of 8-3. They'll have their doubleheader to conclude the softball action on today. Meanwhile, on the diamonds, things are still rough for the Panthers as they're stumbling out of the gate. They went to McNeese and took on the Cowboys, losing the series opener by the score of 9-0. The Panthers will conclude their weekend series on today, Saturday, and on Sunday to try and steal this series from the McNeese State Cowboys. So don't forget, you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. Get all the information that you need in pertaining to the Southwestern Athletic Conference baseball and softball programs. And speaking of programs, it is now time for us to turn it over for you to hear a different sounding and focused Bubba McDowell talking about the future and the goals of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. Hey, welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It's the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, and it is always a joy to get on the line. One of the hardest working men in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and that is none other than head football coach Bubba McDowell. How you doing, my man?
I'm good, my brother. How are you doing this morning?
I dare not complain at all, man. We might as well say jump into this thing head first. March 27th to be here before you know it, and I know it speeds up on us, but it seems like it's getting faster and faster each season, huh?
Oh my God, it sure does, man. I was just telling guys that yesterday in staff meeting, because right now we're going through what we call a county fair. We get them up Tuesday and Thursday at 6 a.m. You can get them running through stations, about 8 stations, get them going, and get them on that hill a little bit, get them in shape, and and like I told them, man, it's gonna be here before you know it. Like I said, we're a couple of weeks away. We're already at spring break. They're gonna come back and do a little testing with Coach Alvarez that first week, and then the last week of this month we're gonna start it up.
Started right up. Well, look, we got a lot to catch up on, man. I don't even know where to begin. Let's start at the teaching mechanism, the coaching. You finally got your defensive coordinator lined up. Introduce and present to others who's the man in, how you come about, and what you think the future is looking like for him.
Well, then everybody knows he's already been on the staff outside the state in-house with the position. Coach Alvin Falkman, we call him Coach Rock. He also, he coaches linebackers, and he's also a special team coordinator. The thing today about Rock, he's a no-nonsense guy, Buddy Ryan type guy. Players love him. He's going to get in your face, making sure that you're not giving any type of excuses. He's not one of them excuse. I want to hear an excuse guy, coach. And I think that's what players love about him, because they know that they're going to get the best out of him, and he's going to demand the best from them. And that's what I like about it, because when you can see players throughout the year, especially even on special teams. Like I said, he's the coordinator. When you can see him, demanding things and players listening and taking in what he's asking them to do, that's always a good thing. And that's when you kind of know that, hey, players like what he's coaching, like what he's saying, and I'm gonna give my all for this guy, for this coach.
Absolutely. Now, when you stay in-house, it's almost from outside looking in, doing if you do, doing if you don't. With him being already in the chamber, if you would, he has a pulse on the program. He knows what to add. What do you see that he would bring as far as adjustments to the defense that may have been, left on the side with him being in an opposite position?
Well, and we talked about that. We're actually doing clinics right now, in-house clinics right now with everybody. Everybody gets up and kind of to let everybody know how we do it. We kind of let everybody get up by position and talk about their position or talk about a coverage, and what he has done. They've already tasked all the defensive guys to, a certain topic to talk about, whether it's cover 3, cover 4, how you teach your position, little things like that. And we didn't have that, previously, and that's what I kind of love about him, because again, I didn't have to go tell him to do that. He kind of took the initiative on his own to go ahead and do that, which again makes us as a coaching staff, while we're all sitting in the offense and defense, learning from one another, what we can take from the past season and make it better going into the following season. And that's what I love about him, because what he's going to do is he's going to make other coaches better, because he demands what he puts out. I want you to be what I'm, kind of like match my aim. Little John used to always say when he was there, when he was talking to, the special team guys, look guys, when I'm out there, I want you guys to match my energy. And that's what he's challenging the coaches to do as well. So that's how I know he's going to do something different. And I don't know if it's going to be all different from the defensive standpoint, because what we try to do is just keep everything simple, so they can, because he know I'm a simple guy. He know I'm the guy that don't like to give these kids a whole bunch of material, and then not being able to perform it. I've said last year several times to guys, let's keep it simple so they can go out, run, play fast, and make plays. And anytime we've done that, that's when we was at our best. Now whether he decides to go, coverage wise, defensive calling, like, not meaning like we did a lot of odd 3-man front last year, blitzes, pressure is what we call them. As I told him, I want to be more of a 4-man concept this year, and sprinkle in some 3-man front as we go. I want to be more of a man-to-man type guy, so that's right up my alley. So he and I being on that same page, I think it's going to make our defense that much better going forward. Because we got the tools. We're probably short maybe 2 or 3, well, I say 2 linemen, inside kid and outside kid, and maybe 2 DBs right now. But I think we'll definitely get those coming up in the summer when kids graduate in May, and once everybody's finished spring camp and decide hey, this place is not for me, that portal's gonna be hot again.
Right. Now, I know we talk all the time that the greatest improvement in a season is from week 1 to week 2. I'm going to tailor that just a little bit. You had your first head coaching season last season, 6-5, not quite where you wanted to be, but you did have a winning record. What did you learn? I can recall you making some notes that you said this next season will be different. What have you adjusted and fine-tuned going into your second year as the head coach?
Just making more people meaning players and coaches more accountable. Going into my first year there, again, me still learning just that head coach mentality, because everybody knows me. I'm kind of a laid back kind of guy, but, I want the job to get done. And that's what I'm doing a lot different this year. And I'm demanding instead of just asking. I'm demanding more this year, and I can see it working, really well. Because and Coach Rob made a great comment one day. He said, "Look, man," and I'm just telling you guys, we was in the defensive meeting room, and he was saying, "Look, I need you guys to get on." He said, "We got some." As he put it, we got some dudes, and I need you guys, to coach these guys. He said, coach them hard. He said, they want to be coaches. Again, you ain't got to do all that cursing, and all that. And I'm like, and that was another thing. I'm like, look, guys, I don't want all that cursing and crap going on this year. No, let's just coach these dudes, coach them hard, but you ain't got to do all that cursing and carrying on, because one thing I do know, just looking back on last year, a lot of these kids are different, man, and it's a different generation. And as a coach, I told you got to be able to, manage your room, know what your room is like, know who you can talk to hard, know who you can't talk to hard. But again, at the same time, I don't want to take away your type of style of coaching. But I say just taper back. The cursing and all that, and just teach them, because like what I said, and it was a great comment he made, to the guys when they were putting the defense together and just kind of tweaking things. He made that great comment, like they want to be coached, and I can see that, because again, we're and I've been kicking their butt this year, just in the county fair, and just to see where their minds are going to be at. Who's going to start yelling? Who's going to start, how close they're going to become together? Because as I told them, and so the problem we had last year, guys, we had a winning season, and I told you coming in, I don't want to just win games, I want to win championships. I said, man, we was that close to winning championship, but I said, when we got down to the end, Mike, it was just, nobody came together. And I said, I need more out of you this year. And I said, I'm going to get more out of you. And in order for me to do that, that means I'm going to have to get rid of some of you guys. If you guys not going to buy to my rules or the coach's rules or classroom or room or whoever rules that are over you, you're not going to be part of the team. So that's some of the biggest changes that I made within the staff and with the team, and I can say it's working thus far. So we just again we got spring to go and off season, and start camp, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Well, as they say, it's not what you say, it's how you see it. Keep your intensity, but you don't have to talk to somebody like they have a tail between their legs, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay, but we keep that intensity, though. Keep that intensity.
No doubt.
We don't want a bunch of romper rooms.
No.
All right. I know that's right. Now, look, you made the mention that it's always a fine-tuning and tweaking, adding, subtracting, and doing this. And you got PV Nation in an uproar right now, brother.
About what?
About this young man. They say he can spin it. They say he can throw it. They say he's that dude for real, Mr. Jaden Johnson. And I'm even understanding that you had a little help getting him persuaded by a fellow Mississippian.
Yeah, man. And as you guys know, part of this business that we're in, it's always going to come down to others helping you, because one thing, you find out in this business that, a lot of times it's all who you know, who all these kids are comfortable, who these kids are comfortable around. And if they being around this person or persons, and they feel comfortable enough, they're gonna make that right decision, and I think Jaden made a good decision with us. We thought, at some point, like I was asking him, talking to him at dinner that Saturday night after the TSU game, man. Coach, I really, I said, what do you want to do, man, like that? Just come, everybody knows I'm transparent, just to the point. And he said, Coach, he said, I just needed to see for myself. He said, I've heard about you guys as I was here, several years ago. Really didn't get a chance to, explore the campus. He said, but now that I'm back, he said, I can honestly say, that I love it. I like what I see. And he said, he kept saying, which made me think like how much he really, really likes. But he just had to get on campus. It's kind of what we tell a lot of guys. If we can get the majority of our kids on campus, we'll sell them. Just by the campus itself. Had a great time at the game. Had a great time just touring the campus. And he said, Coach, I'm in. Damn shoot, guys, that we all jumped up at the team at Cheddar's that night, and welcome to the family. But like you say, it's about again just selling your product, man, and the product again is PV and the coaching staff, and he's gonna get to know the players once he get here. I mean that's a given, but it's so important. Again when you get kids on campus. We sell our product, which I think is great, second to none. With the campus, the locker room, and all that, and then we just do our part. Make this kid comfortable. Let's talk to him. Let's stay engaged with him throughout the whole weekend. And hopefully we can get a yes, which we did.
Absolutely, and it always helps when the team wins too, right?
Winning, good. Everybody know winning is always great.
Yes, sir. Winning is contagious, my man, and to be in the atmosphere, and it's good. Now, will he come in the summer or? I guess we're already in the middle, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Someday he'll be done in May. So we'll get him on campus as soon as he get done and get in and get him acclimated to the system.
Okay. Now, I know that you addressed the defensive concerns as far as tweaking, and you still got a little bit more to do. What, if anything, are you looking on the offense side? You've added some arsenals. You've gotten bigger in the receivers position, and I'll just be quite blunt with you. Hopefully, they can put a little stick on their hands, hold on to some critical passes when needed. But what are you looking at from the offensive side of things?
Again, just open it up a little bit more. We were pretty dominant run category last year, and again, and you say, what you say is absolutely right. Think about it. Have we caught all those passes that even the young buck, Dumas threw? Shoot, we dropped so many of them in the URW game. It was crazy. We went back and just kind of looked over, rescouting all the games from the season, and I'm like, gee, we did drop a lot of balls. So we're gonna, me and Mark talked about it. I said, look, we got to open this thing up. That was one of our biggest deals, going out and getting longer, at that position. Getting guys that we know are capable of catching the ball and going the distance. So we're going to be much better in that category for putting the ball in the air, and mixing it up, because again, we got a lot of guys that, back veterans, so we just need to tweak some certain areas offensively. And that was one of the main things. Coach Moore said, you got to be with me. And I said, what you talking about, man? He said, I got to revamp this room. He said, I got to revamp this room. I said, meaning? And I said, well, dude, it's your room, You go out, we look at them, and we okay it, and hopefully we can get it done with the guys we bring in. And sure enough, we got some dudes coming in. So again, we got maybe we're gonna wait till in May, see what else is out there. We probably can do one more at that position as well. But again,
Okay.
to answer your question, definitely open up a lot more, and mix it up.
Well, one thing for sure, you have an experienced strong line coming back, which should make the transition a little bit easier and probably a little bit more exciting for those guys to open their playbook up a little bit more. And I'm gonna say this, Bubba, I appreciate it. You're not necessarily hands off, but you empower your staff to do their job, not a micromanager. Okay, and that way they have to own up to the responsibility of the good or the bad that comes from it. And then it's a transparent window and a transparent room, and everybody can kind of focus on staying on that grind to get what needs to be done.
Absolutely. Everybody has to do their job, whether it's, again, you're the OC, DC, especially. You're making adjustments. It's your room, man. And again, you're going out with guys. You got to take care of them. You know what you need in your room. You got to go out and get the best player. And how you do that? You stay active, man. You got to stay active. Basically meaning, I'm always out there. I got to be visible. I got to be talking. I got to be doing my job as a coach. Because as I tell them to guys, if you like this business, you're going to fail. If you love it, you're gonna succeed, because now you're putting all your effort into recruiting, to coaching, to mentoring, all that. We like I told them to do, we don't have time to sit back and just let these kids and these players do what they want to do. We got to be there for them, and this is our job, and this is what I promise their parents coming in. They're going to be like our kids. That's our job as a coaching staff, is to stay involved with these young men.
Absolutely.
So that, whenever stuff arises, we can adjust it, hit it head on. And again, that's on the field and off the field.
Well, I'm about to get a little lighthearted with you right now as you get ready for this March 27th, man. And I was told to ask you, I didn't know you had a super secret weapon that you use to kind of self-motivate you, man. I asked you a little while back about, did you have any quirks that you do? You said, no, Mike, I don't have it. And I'm disappointed, brother, that you didn't come clean with me, man. You didn't come clean.
What are you talking about?
Well, I was told. I don't know how true this is. I'm asking you for confirmation now. That you are.
Yes or no?
I'm getting to the point right now, but I was told, man, that you are a serious fan of the Young and the Restless.
I am. I had no choice, man. I had no choice growing up. I couldn't even come home at the end of school and it's time to get out and watch anything. The mom was on it, boy.
She was on it. So you still keeping up? Are you still keeping up with Victor Newman, man?
Oh, all of them, man. Victor, man. Yes, sir. I DVR that thing, man.
Man.
If I got enough time to watch it, I'll turn that joke on before I do anything else. Watch
I gotta ask you this, man. If Victor Newman were on your coaching staff, what position would you hire him at?
Oh, I'll definitely be my DFO. Definitely my DFO.
Oh man, that is too funny, man.
Yeah, know how to get it done.
Know how to get it done.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that is so.
No question asked.
No question asked. It's saying if you don't like it, there's the door, right?
That's it.
Well, brother, look, I appreciate you allowing us to get the peek at you, man. And next time we ask you, man, just go on and come clean, man. You'd be amazed a lot of people that like the Young and the Restless, man. You'd be amazed.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yes, sir. Well, look, it all starts on March the 27th. What time? I know that's on a Monday. What time will you start?
Yeah, we're still going from 3 to 5:30.
Okay.
The Wednesday, Friday, and Saturdays. Yeah, well, Saturday will be a little different. We're going to mornings at 9.
Okay, and the Purple and Gold game will be on April 22nd at 4 p.m. And those that are listening, look, get your season tickets. We need your support from top to bottom. Come in and let's take advantage of the home field advantage and support these Panthers all the way through 2023. Bubba, I appreciate you so much, man, and I want to give you some closing thoughts as we get ready to shut this segment down.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I just want to once again just thank PV Nation, man, for you guys just stepping up, doing what y'all, anything I was asking for throughout this season. I know I didn't get it all, but I mean, a lot of you guys stepped up, Core Panther backers, Core and his group, Panther backers, Foundation. I truly appreciate you guys stepping up. We're a long way away, but the good thing about it, we're getting things done around there, and, getting players on campus that we need to help us win. And I truly believe a lot of it has to do with all of us coming together, for the sake of PV, and to help us win. So, again, I just appreciate you guys. And, again, just come on out, continue to support, PV and, these young men. We're going to get going on the 27th. We're going to put together a good season again. Hopefully,
all right.
Championship this year.
This sounds like a plan, my friend. He is Coach Bubba McDowell of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. I'm the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And if you have one of those smart devices, all you have to do is say, play the latest episode of the Mike Prince Show, and you'll have everything that you need. And with that being said, you guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side. And that is going to conclude this week's edition of the Swac Zone. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the information that was shared with you, and that you'll continue to join us each and every week right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We need you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, if you would, at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. We're trying to push over that 400 threshold, and hopefully you guys can help us reach that goal over this weekend. That is the Open Mic Broadcast Network YouTube channel. Click on the bell notification to keep up with every new episode that is being released. And please don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. My time is up, and it is time for me to exit stage left. I am the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince. Thank you again for joining us. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.